So I want to spend the next 10, 15 minutes turning you guys into marketing rock stars. One of the ways I think we can do that is we can talk. I want to talk a lot about features, especially features. I think what was great about your talk was that, first of all, it was just a great talk, and you talked about uh, tools and features that we may not know about, and there's many more of them, I'm sure, and that we can walk out of here tomorrow and use them and help us kind of on the help us become better marketers and help our organizations sell better. Um, and so I want to kind of do the same thing on the sales side. So I threw a few up here, kind of give you an idea of the areas that I'm going to talk about, and let's get going. Let's talk about SEO. Who loves SEO? Raise their hand. You're lying. Nobody loves SEO. We just have to do it. Okay. You know, those reports that come out with all the technical problems, and we got to fix this HTML and that HTML and meta tags. It's a great business that I love being in. I'm in it. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you. But the state of SEO says is social is taken over. So what is that? What's that all about? It's definitely quality instead of quantity. Remember the days when we could just stuff these words into blogs or into content, and we get up on the search. That doesn't work anymore, right? And it's really about what they call longer tail. I love the names they give. Longer tail. People asking longer questions and to find what they're looking for. And I think we need to. I know we need to approach SEO a lot differently. And the good news is those of us who believe in good content and quality content and really helping the potential prospects in general are doing a lot better. So, since we can agree, I guess those of you who don't want to agree, feel free to disagree with me later. But those of you who want to agree with me and say that SEO has definitely changed, we want to generate more quality traffic. Something about it. So HubSpot has come up with developed a tool that helps us do better SEO across our entire website, but specifically they help us build a content strategy. And the way they do that is they analyze, those of you that are using it, they'll analyze the website, analyze your content, and help you turn existing content into topics, okay, and instantly show you how you can optimize it. And I'm going to show you quickly how to do it, but if one of the areas that you're interested in, I advise you to come and take a deeper look with us right after this. And it helps us spend less time kind of organizing, making lists, but actually make quick adapt quickly to doing better SEO work. So the tool that I'm talking about is, if you go into HubSpot, there's a page, okay, where you can go. I'm not doing a training session here, but where you can go in and see your top performing pieces of content. Okay, and in this case, I put the top 3 that were that I found in our HubSpot, which was marketing strategy for technology companies, marketing analytics reports, and inbound marketing. And how much content we have, how many sessions are visiting those pieces of content. And so let's say I want to go and do better content, better SEO for that first term. It helps me build. It's really a wizard. And it's a wizard in more than one ways. It puts that piece of content right in the middle for you and helps you build out the other pieces of content that will work with it. This is called pillar content, and it's a very advanced way to do SEO, but not that complicated when you're using this tool. Basically, what it's telling you, you can try to build up a kind of subcontext around your pillar content. It tells you, so if let's say I wanted to use as a sub-content startup marketing, a sub-term, it tells me how many monthly searches it is, how similar it is to my core, and then it helps me find additional pieces of content on my website that are already relevant to that topic, or right from here I can generate a new blog post, or I can do a lot of other things. But more importantly is I can really use what's already on our websites. Most of us have websites that have tons of content in it, and we're not necessarily leveraging it to the extent that it could. So we could all improve our SEO pretty quickly if you did this. I can tell you we worked with a customer on doing this strategy, and we brought them for a very, 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 very difficult term from I think it was from 80 to the 80th result to the 5th result for a similar tough term like startup marketing. Four months. 4 months. Okay, so in 4 months that we saw that result, which in SEO terms is like from today to tomorrow, right? Okay, so so I talked a little bit about the content strategy tool. Highly recommend I put it first because I really believe in that tool. And I think it can help a lot of organizations do better SEO work faster, easier, more efficiently. Blogging tools. So those, how many of you using HubSpot for blogging? Great. How many? Their website? Or hopefully some of these screenshots and maybe some other questions you'll ask will convince you that it might make sense to do it to move over. So I'll talk a little about the blogging tools. From a high level, what we have here is the ability to create blogs and upload them very simply. And okay, that's great. On WordPress, it's easy to upload. But having all of, if you remember what we talked about before, now we have all the SEO tools and design tools that we can do to upload it in one place, and it makes it very simple. I advise you to come, and if you guys don't believe me, come get a blog ready on your platform, take it to the next room, and let's have a contest who can upload and do a better job of uploading that blog faster. I think that would be a great way to check it out. But so their blogging tools are extremely easy to use, and that's kind of like the theme here. Is what they've done is they've taken things to the next level from an ease of use perspective. So just talk about the HubSpot CMS. There's not a lot of people in here who are using it, but I think it's important to mention. That's one of the reasons I'm talking here. I'm talking about features or elements or modules that are not necessarily being used as much. You'll notice I'm not going to talk about newsletters and email marketing. I'm sure you're all using that, and I'm sure you're doing great jobs at it. And help, we'll definitely be able to talk about it afterwards, but I don't need to talk about about email marketing. So the HubSpot CMS is, okay, this is just a graph that, being the tallest here is the best, means that it's basically the fastest, and fast is really important when we're talking about SEO. They're also very secure, also important for SEO, and just much easier to manage than any of the other CMSs that we work with, which is mostly, it's really built for marketers. That's really the core here. And since we're all marketers, we can talk about the other people who are not in the room, maybe the people that build the websites and develop. That most all the other platforms were built for them. So this is really built for marketers. And we'll talk about a couple things that are related to that. So if we take a website, so if I wanted to go update my website today, I go to my website on the internet. You guys know the internet, right? I have a little toggle down here. I can start working on my website right from Chrome. And when I hit the edit button, I'm not going to go into step by step here, but basically I'll see the same thing I'm seeing now, and I could just click and edit, change the word pricing to cost. I can change anything I want here very easily. So that's something that to me blew me away when they made that update. How many of you can just click on a button and update the words on their homepage in 30 seconds? But the CMS should have your hands up. Okay. So there's a lot of really great editor enhancements. So when you want to build, you can use just drag and drop to add modules to any page. So that's something we all love, drag and drop. Everything is mobile optimized out of the box. It's you have one single interface to design, SEO optimization. You can A/B test any page. That's a new update. It used to be only landing pages or maybe calls to action. Now any web page can be A/B tested. And finally, they've added something that I think was long overdue, is site search. Used to be you could use Google to do site search. You can't do that anymore. Now you have site search right on. Some people told me the WordPress is great because so many people use it, and it's true. And there's all those templates that are, HubSpot has created a marketplace, so that's good for those of you who want to build templates and those of you who want to buy them. but there's 4,976 as of yesterday, modules and templates. Let me just mention what the different templates are. I think you all may have heard of on WordPress. If you don't want to build your website from scratch, you can buy a template and then customize it. Modules are, you can see that the first module here is an email template. They've got now email templates for HubSpot. They've got modules that can build out of the box workflows, and a lot of them are free. HubSpot's built a lot of them, and then there's a whole marketplace if you want more advanced or specific things. Buy them, anything from $10 to who knows how many dollars. There's a lot of options, a lot of different categories that you can use across, like I said, email marketing, newsletters, landing page templates. So if you don't know about this, definitely go in and use it, because it can help you do things a lot quicker. There's not everything you have to create from scratch. Talk personalization. How many of you guys do? I get to your website, I'm going to see, hi Perry. Question is, why not? I mean, really, it's not that complicated. Especially for those of you who's using the HubSpot CMS. It's as easy as what you're seeing right here. Meaning, basically, you go to any part of any of your web pages, and you click a button, you get a question of how you want to customize, either country, device type, referral source, preferred language. Maybe they're part of a contact list within or at a lifestyle stage, a life cycle. So if it's a customer coming back, really, it's greeting them with their name is incredible customization that Dr. Shakshuka could have used, it's right out of the box. You had a question? Of course, yes. They have to have been cookied. For the customer, they have to have been cookied and you know who they are. But they have to. No, they have to convert, give you the permission. In order to know who they are and to personalize to a specific person, have them in your database, and they have to cookie on their. Yep, right. I was gonna exactly. You don't need the CMS to do all of this. This can work on any HubSpot landing page, call to action. If you're using their blog, this can all be done on there. So that's important. Right over there, websites, landing pages, calls to action, and emails. Oh, come afterwards, we'll show it to you. But it could be preferred language. It's usually what you choose. Also, because someone speaks a certain language in a country, but that's not necessarily not speaking Hebrew right here, right? So that everybody speaks Hebrew, but this is kind of showing you how the wizard starts out. I'm just going to show you an example of how even better it works. If you're on a landing page or a web page, and you click on a piece of content, it'll actually tell you the breakdown of, let's just, in this case, I took a country. How many people from different countries come to this piece of content? Not to the website, to this specific piece of content. Okay, so if I could see any of the elements I saw before, which is country or device type, and then I can see who's coming. So if, in this case, we have 46%. I know it's hard to see here that are from Israel. 38% are from United States. So it might make sense to customize to one of those countries. So the message there is B2B marketing for technology companies. Maybe I change it. I basically clicked one button. I got to this editor, okay, and it gave me the option for Israel because it's the number one option. And so I changed it. Instead of B2B marketing for tech companies, I could write B2B marketing for Israeli startups. So I've made a little bit of personalization change. And the rest of the world can see this. Or I can decide that the US see for American technology companies. I don't know. We can decide what we want. But I'm just giving you an example of how easy it is. As soon as I hit save, it's up on my website. Let's talk about integrations. Okay, let's face it. HubSpot's great, but it doesn't have all the answers. The MarTech, the amount of companies doing marketing technology is immense, and not even the half of it. These are just the ones that are in the HubSpot integration program. as of 3 months ago, because that's when this was taken. It's even much bigger right now. As a vision, HubSpot is looking to basically bring your own technology and be able to integrate with any type of marketing technology that's out there, at least any respectable piece of marketing technology that's out there. And there are a ton in here, and I won't be able to give a million examples, but I want to give three. One, at least the ones that I've experienced, and and I want to try to share how I'm using them. So one of them is, how many of you use Slack? How many of you really use Slack? You know why I'm asking that? Because I hear Slack. They say, yeah, we use Slack. We send what's up. When I was looking into using Slack for my company, I was saying, not trying to do an advertisement for Slack or anything, but I was, what am I going to get out of it? And then there's going to be less email, and I didn't understand why that would happen until Slack, meaning no more internal emails. I don't know, how many of you use Slack and have no internal emails? That's what I mean by using Slack. So we've done that. And so my inbox, if I get something in email, I know it's from either from a customer or from somebody outside the company. So we're Slack. So if I want to know what's going on inside my company, I got to go into Slack. It's really a critical communication from my perspective. So when I saw that HubSpot integrated with Slack, I didn't understand what it really meant, and then I finally understood it. So we're going to talk a little bit about chatbots in 5 minutes, and then just before I finish. But what I did is we did the integration. Basically, it opens up a channel inside of Slack, and any communication that I need with HubSpot, I can do from it within Slack. So anytime I get a new lead, or there's a chat going on my website, I can handle that through Slack. I can customer or new prospect comes in, I can actually go straight from here to their record in HubSpot. It's a pretty cool and pretty slick for Slack. Okay, so that was that. The one more thing that you can do, I forgot to mention, is that within any message in HubSpot, you can actually click the 3 dots at the end, and then you'll have another menu item that's at the bottom that says added as a task in HubSpot. So that's also something that's pretty cool. If you're a salesperson and you use tasks in HubSpot, you can use that. So it's got a couple of cool features. I'm sure I'm only scratching the surface and just giving a couple of examples of what I do. Data box. I think anybody doing marketing knows that HubSpot is, again, great. They give you great reports. It's not enough. We need information from places, if it's social media, Google Analytics, heat maps, list, and then I want to see them. If I was, the dream is to see all of that data in one place, or maybe I want to overlay, marketing data with sales data, or I want to overlay social media data with lead generation, and it's really hard in one place to get that, and that's where DataBox comes in. We've been using DataBox for over a year, pretty much all of our customers, and incredible. And just give it this just as a random screenshot of of seeing marketing and sales together, where you see opportunities and new leads, and and this can be taken from HubSpot, from Google Analytics, from your CRM, Salesforce.com, Lo Aleno, and the rest of them. So there's all that. The last one, I wanted to also bring an example from a local startup, and our friends at Octopost quickly shared with me a couple of screenshots. Octopost, those of you who don't know, is a social media platform that allows you to but they've got a lot of really because the HubSpot also provides social media capabilities, and it's great. But I think what's attracted us to what Octopost is doing is that they give a lot deeper insights into what your prospects, leads, customers are doing on HubSpot. And they allow you to do some things that HubSpot does not. For example, you're able to do scoring based on type of social media interaction. So in B2B, for us, if someone likes us on Facebook, it's less interesting to us if they have shared something on LinkedIn. So that's something that that allows us to do there, and it's really cool. It allows us to bring in metadata, or access to metadata within HubSpot, such as campaign names, the network type, LinkedIn or Facebook. What did they exactly do in that? Did they share? Did they click? Did they retweet? Because those things can be just a like might not be as interesting as someone who actually retweeted. And what did they retweet? And then you can do all kinds of sentimental analysis, and like I said, lead scoring, which we that isn't being done with meetings was already spoken about before from a little bit from a sales perspective, and I recommend everybody needs to be using meetings and part of the sales process, but it's not only for sales anymore. Okay, they allowed us to do kind of deeper in customization, multiple calendar support, meaning you can get a team of people so that if you have a meeting, a demo needs to be set up, you don't have to be connected to one calendar. It can be connected to multiple calendars so that you go to one place and that person who wants to set up a demo can find a place in one of the, it shows basically availability of all the calendars. It also sends automatic reminders now that, to remind the person that there's demos coming up or the meeting's coming up. But more importantly is it integrates with everything that we're doing. So when if you want to use it in on a landing page, to send people straight to set up a meeting, in an email, in a bot, much everywhere where you go, it's to the point where we see sometimes journeys where there's almost no touch until the meeting is set up at the bottom of the funnel. So potential customers, prospects that don't want to talk to anybody, they want to do their whole journey, and when they're ready, they'll set up a meeting. This really lets them do it, and we're seeing a lot of great success. It might be even for like conferences. You want to get all your salespeople's meeting or calendars online, and be able to get the people that need to meet with them set up meetings automatically without having to call them and spend all that time and energy. So last thing I'm gonna mention before I bring on Gary is conversations. I think it's just an incredible, in general, incredible that the amount of new features, and it's hard to keep up with it. And I apologize for spraying so many features and so many things at you. It was really hard to select just 7. I know we said 10, but I tried to keep it hard. But this was really cool. Like even if you're using the HubSpot tool, everybody needs to have chat on their homepage or on their page. Chat on their website. Okay, how many is it live? How many is a bot? The rest are live. Lucky. Okay. It's most of the technologies are providing this, but it's must today. What's really cool about it is that it allows you to have one inbox where you can Facebook Messenger or or on your homepage or wherever it might be. So one place to all of your messages and accessible to the entire team. Of how to get it set up is just incredible. First I'm just going to talk about the bots for a second. There's really 3 types of bots that almost out of the box you can create without very much work, and it's 5 minutes to put a bot on our website. And basically those 3 there's a support bot, the qualifying lead bot, and the book meeting bot. Book meeting bot, I think you understood. Basically, it connects to the meeting tool. It asks the person what they want. If they want to set up a meeting, gives them a few days. Then it asks them what time. Qualify bot is basically asking them, who they are, how big their company is, and basically if they're interesting to you as a customer. You can send them you can decide how to qualify them further onwards and put them in the right email stream. Finally, the support bot is basically asks a few questions and then sends you to potentially interesting content on your website. And you can decide to work. You can decide to work with one of these that are out of the box, or you can create a bot on your own. Quite easy. If you're not using it, please come let me know. I did say that was the last thing, and I lied. But I just wanted to mention this one more thing that I just remember because I see it now. As of inbound, which is in 2 months, HubSpot will be supporting video, which is, I'll agree, hugs, is that it's a really important piece. And when I say supporting video, I mean, obviously today you can put a video on your website, put a video on your landing page, but actually supporting video from a seamless integration perspective, allowing you to put calls to action in the middle of a video to really track what's going on. And I think it's want to make sure that's on your radar, because I think most of the people in here are using video and it's important. So in summary, those, like I said, the two areas that people in this room are probably less familiar with are, Sales Hub, which, Pratik talked about, which is meeting improvements, quotes. One thing he didn't mention was Stripe integration. On the Service Hub, which you're correct, there's just a lot of great features going on there. And I think as a marketing team, in order to be marketing rock stars, we're expected to do more, handle more, improve ourselves more. And this is just wins. So without further ado, bring on Gary. More food waiting for you at the end of that, and demos and any kind of questions that we have going on. Any quick questions before I get off? Thank you.